Support from the show comes from Gameplayware. Gameplayware has a wide variety of nerdy and geek-related apparel. Go to www.gameplay.bigcartel.com and use the promo code theb&btavern to get free shipping on clothes. Want cool dice sets and other tabletop accessories at a low price? Head on over to darksilverforge.com and use the promo code theb&btavern to get 15% off your purchase. And support from listeners like you. Thank you.
Everybody, my name is Baylor and welcome to the B&B Tavern Show, Tavern Talk, where we take extraordinary people of extraordinary measures to make imaginary friends with numbers. It's your friendly neighborhood storyteller, and with me this week, we are completing the AFMAO bingo with an amazing man who's also hasn't done just AFMAO alone, but that's one of his many amazing accomplishments, but he has many more to probably speak about as he introduces himself. I'm going to let him say who he is right now.
What a grandiose introduction. I love it. Okay. Hi there, everybody. My name is Kestin Howard. I am apparently the last part of the AFMAO bingo set. You can find me on YouTube as Lucario's Claw. That's a K in the word claw there. I'm most well known for being a voice actor in the AFMAO Minecraft series, known as Zane, Dante, Eric, and numerous other characters in there. I've also done voice work for video games and other animations on YouTube. You'll be able to hear me in the upcoming visual novel Zodiac Axis. You can hear me now on the mobile game Family Guy: The Quest for Stuff. As Frank the Pug from Men in Black, and I have more projects coming down the line as well, and I'm definitely looking forward to doing this today too.
Awesome! We got Lucario in the building. Oh my gosh, this is so good to have you. Thank you so much for coming. So
thank you for having me.
So you have many projects that are coming up. I'm very excited. I assume you can't really talk about them because they're NDA right now.
Some things are, some things aren't. Yes, that's just the nature of the beast.
Fair enough, but you have done a lot of amazing things, and now you're here. You're here with us. Why? Why come to this small little show? You're here to create a D&D character, and is this your first time doing it, or is this have you done tabletop RPG before?
This is the first time I have ever done something of this magnitude, like creating an original character for a tabletop game. After seeing my friends like Patrick Seymour and Lizzie Hoff coming on here doing this show, they looked like they had a really good time with it. So I was really interested in seeing if I could get on here as well. And I really wanted to because, surprise to anyone out there, I've never played Dungeons & Dragons before, but I've always wanted to learn. And I'm always a big learner or very big in learning new things, so I really wanted to try this out.
Awesome. Well, we're going to make your first D&D experience absolutely memorable in a positive way. So, with that being said, are you ready to create your first Dungeons & Dragons character?
Let's do it!
Oh my gosh, he's got the epic voice already for it. I can tell this man's good to go for the medieval fantasy life. Alright, well, not to sound like a Pokemon Professor, but to start it off, are you a boy, a girl, or other?
Let's keep it in my wheelhouse. I'll go with a boy.
Alright, sticking to your guns with what you know. That's very smart.
I know, I think that'll be best.
Absolutely, understandable. Now, here's the next question is, what race are you? Now, the standard, unfortunately due to copyright and the Orc Pub thing, please go support them. We do have a limited option, but we will get back to that soon. But either way, the options here are wide and many within the sub-races of the races themselves. So, I'm going to run down this list, and maybe, some of these you probably have heard of, some of them you may be interested in learning a little bit more about personality-wise, but, feel free to ask as many questions as you need after I run down this list. You ready to go?
Got it.
Awesome, cool. You could be a dragonborn, a dwarf, an elf, a gnome, a half-elf, a half-orc, a halfling, a human, or a tiefling.
Okay. Now, tell me a little bit about what a tiefling is.
Okay, so a tiefling is basically something of demonic ancestry. They are not demonic themselves. They do have ram legs, so they have hoofs instead of normal feet. They have sort of a lizard-like body structure. Not body structure, but just sort of skin. And they have a lizard-like tail, but they also have ram horns on top of that. They have common demonic things. Their eyes are only one color. They do have some natural magic within them, and they have all these unique colored skins. Some are purple, some are white, some are red, some are blue, some have wings, some don't. Stuff like that. Some just basically a lot of hellish and demonic demon stuff.
Interesting. And now, just for me, I had heard Dragonborn as the first one. Is that an actual dragon, or are we talking Skyrim Dragonborn here?
I guess you could say Skyrim Dragonborn here, but this is basically, I don't want to explain the nature of how a Dragonborn came to be, but basically it is a humanoid, dragon figure, that it has, depending on what color it is, has a different type of breath weapon, and, depending on whether you have a tail or not, it's also a depending thing, because that's sort of there's sort of a lore and a history behind that.
Okay. Well, I think I got a pretty good idea of the rest of them too, because they're all ones I've actually heard of. I tell you what, let's go with a tiefling. That one sounded the most interesting.
Tiefling, going for a hellish route. That's fine. Now, how old is your tiefling? Your tiefling can age as much as a human. They just tend to live roughly a little bit longer.
A little bit longer, okay. Let's get maybe kind of a young man, but nothing too old. I would say maybe 30 years old.
Okay, 30. That works. Now, what is, let's say, your height? How tall is your tiefling? Your tiefling can be around human height. It could be as tall as I've been told. Pat is extremely tall. Is he tall? Have you seen this man before?
You mean Patrick Seymour?
Yes.
I have not seen him in real life, or at least face to face. I understand he is pretty tall though, but
I've been explained that he's 6 foot, so I go Jesus.
Well, I'm actually 6 foot in real life too, so we might as well stick with that.
I'm so short. I'm 5'2". Oh god.
Oh god. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's just the way I was.
Yeah, I know. I just, groceries. Great. But enough about my, real life grocery problems. How tall do you want this tiefling to be? How cocky do you want to be? Have this tiefling glare down at me?
Yeah, well, I imagine with the horns, he's already going to be taller than his base height.
It could be maybe like one of those horns that like grow out, but they like swirl around into it, or they could be horns that like stick up like a gazelle.
Well, I say let's just keep it standard, like around 6 feet for me.
6 foot even? All right.
Yeah.
All right. So All right, I dig that. 6 foot even. Now, what's their body type? Are they more of a muscular build, or are they more a slim, elegant build?
I would say they're more of a slimmer type, more like a lean build. Nothing overly muscular. I'm imagining something just very like slim and lean in their structure.
Okay, I like that. So we have a very sort of like tracker strong, like Usain Bolt strong, like because Usain Bolt's like he's very slim, but he's also got a lot of muscle for like all that track and field stuff.
True, true.
Okay, so that's good. Now, do you know what alignment is? I'm good. That's a common thing that's been memed since the dawn of time. What alignment you are with the chaotic goods and the chaotic evils.
Oh
and stuff
yeah,
like.
yeah, that.
So you have your list of lawful good, lawful neutral, lawful evil, neutral good, true neutral, neutral evil, chaotic good, chaotic neutral, and then chaotic evil.
Yeah, even though I don't know D&D, that's the one thing I know from it at least. The alignments.
You're one step ahead of the game than most of our guests. I applaud you, sir.
Let's see. Well, if he's already the way he is, I'm kind of. I would want to see him more like a. Even though his appearance is demonic, I would want to see him as more of like a good guy, trying to offset it. So I would say maybe try and go for a lawful good on him.
A lawful good. Okay. Not a lot of people choose that path, actually.
Well, good to step out from the crowd once in a while.
Yes, thank you for making our thing not another rogue. But or maybe you will. Who knows? But either way, we have speaking of which, reached the list of classes. Now the classes are barbarian, bard, cleric, druid, fighter, monk, paladin, ranger, rogue, sorcerer, warlock, or wizard.
Now, if you could help clear this up for me, what's the difference between? Yes, what's the difference between a cleric and a monk?
A cleric is a healer, usually somebody who has a deity, a god or goddess, that gives them divine power, which is basically divine magic energy as opposed to arcane magic. Arcane magic is a little more out there and very broad, but divine comes from arcane. You don't know the source. Divine, you know where the source is. It's your god that's giving you the powers. So, a cleric tends to be the healer of the group. So, in the sense of Overwatch, Mercy would be a cleric. And you also boost them, you give them benefits, stuff like that. Clerics are pretty fun. I love playing a cleric. You just gotta be careful. And their armor class is ridiculous. If you try to be stealthy with a cleric, you're absolutely done for. Because they get an automatic disadvantage in rolling for stealth because of how their chainmail armor is. But here, as a monk, that's quite the opposite. You're quick, nimble, and light, and you have it's the martial arts kind of monks, not the monks from the church. And with the monks, there's different ways of becoming a monk. There's you could be a monk that uses the shadows to travel from side to side, seeping into the shadows and reappearing from another side. You could be also an elemental monk, using basically anything from Avatar, The Last Airbender. Or you could be just a monk that is just really good with some hands. Catch these hands, son.
Oh boy, both of those sound pretty good, actually.
Both are a lot of fun. Both require to be with your team.
Initially I was thinking cleric at first because that would sound kind of neat, like having this guy that looks demonic, trying to be more of a, like a holy god worshipping character and such. But now that I think about it, the way you describe monk sounds like a much more entertaining to work with.
It is, and also in a way that also is a way of sort of trying to have them sort of settle their balance, which is basically they're trying to find their inner chi and try to find tranquility within themselves and to have the ability of tolerance and patience with everyone.
Okay.
So, because monks are, home and all that jazz. That was a weird way
I'm just imagining hearing that in like a mantra, like home and all that jazz.
Hamana, 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 something,
Hamana,
something.
hamana, jazz hands.
Something, something dark side. Go ahead and download the new Family Guy app. Let's see. Okay, so if that's the case, how are they a monk? Are they really good with their fist? Are they, are they elementals, or are they? Do they use the shadows?
That's a good question. The way I see it, if we've already got like a lean build for this guy, I'm imagining almost like a martial artist, because martial artists usually don't have like a really muscular setup.
Right.
They focus on keeping a lean build and being like really adept with their movements and their hands and such. So I would kind of love to see someone who's really good with hand-to-hand combat.
Okay, so no magic stuff, just way of the open hand, just good with their fists and whatnot. Because this is you're still a martial artist. You just could have the option of having magical powers. This is a subclass, not a class.
Okay, I get you. So I could still have like those abilities, but still have like some kind of magic on the side.
Yes.
Okay.
Or you could be all hands, all the time.
I think it would be good to vary it up a bit. So I would say Tiefling would probably go good with shadows. I think shadows would go well with something like that, and be able to go hand to hand.
Extremely sneaky, my friend. Extremely sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why did they become a shadow monk? This is the improv story time that we have reached.
Okay. So let's see. So he already looks like a demon. I imagine that going through this time, he would not be accepted by a lot of people in the outside world just because of his appearance. He would start trying to find acceptance somewhere, and at some point he comes across, I guess,
a monastery?
A monastery that would be able to teach these ways to help him find tolerance for the people in the outside world, to learn patience and control of his abilities and such. And yeah, that's how he would become adept to that kind of attack. So yeah, I see that happening.
All right, that's good. I like that a lot. Now, is the monastery just like, is it humans, or is it like multi-ethnic, or?
I would say multi-ethnic, yes.
Yeah, it definitely goes. It makes a lot of sense with the acceptance part, because
right.
If it's multi-ethnic, then that's definitely a very accepting monastery.
Right.
All right, I dig this. I like this a lot. And so he was sort of outcasted.
Mm-hmm.
Traveled far and wide to find some group that would accept him, and he stumbles upon this monastery in the mountains as he travels. Frigid, cold mountains, doesn't know where to go. They take him in, and he finds the first group of people that are genuinely nice, and he has a hard time leaving, and he's like, I'll learn your ways. And,
right. Yeah, I'm digging this too, yeah.
I like this a lot. This is a very zen kind of tiefling. Now, backtracking a little bit to the physical description, what color is your tiefling?
So you said he could have like multicolors. Are they usually like bright colors, or can they go more
They're
dark?
More dark. They're more dark, but like they're more dark. They tend to be sort of a darker shade. The only brightest shade is white.
Okay.
And then their eyes are a single color. So basically, it's your skin color and then an eye color.
Okay. So I would imagine something along the lines of, let's say like a dark blue skin.
Ooh, yeah.
Or going along with that, because you would need to have like a...
Where did you...
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. What? I wonder where you got the dark blue from.
Oh, maybe because for those who's not listening, we're on a video chat right now. I just happen to be wearing a University of Kentucky blue ball cap right now, so
and your name
that
is
has
Lucario.
nothing to do with this, I assure you.
That is true, and it has nothing to do with the fact of Lucario, which is a exceptionally dark blue Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, well, I seem to surround myself with that, don't
It's
I?
a good color. I mean, I like it, you know.
And he would need to have a dark color to be able to blend into the shadows
You
more
are
effectively.
right. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He travels through the shadows, through the lakes and whatnot, so he blends into, like, water and whatnot.
Oh, well, that sounds neat.
That sounds pretty powerful. And OP. And broken. You're officially one of my favorite characters already.
I didn't try to do that intentionally, folks. This is just happening.
He's a natural! So, alright, so he's a dark blue. So what color eyes? They tend to be sort of like red or golden yellow.
I do like seeing yellow in this, like a golden yellow.
Yeah, like the stomach of Lucario.
Well, if I had said red, then you just would have said that, like the eyes of a Lucario, right?
Oh snap, you're right. Holy smokes! Lucario's made of nothing but primary colors and black! Okay. Shiny Lucario.
Yeah, interesting fact about Lucario, he was actually one of the last, like, newer Pokemon that was designed by the original designer, like the first 150.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
So I thought that was really interesting. If you start comparing him to, like, some of the older versions, you can start seeing similarities between them in their styles, so I thought that was really neat.
Yeah, just like the simple standard of, like, animal-like thing into unique design. Because he's like a fox or a wolf or something. I assume he's a
right.
wolf. I don't know. Who knows? But that's an interesting fact. I like that fact, actually. That's a fact of the day. Here's another fact for you. You can head on over to gameplayware.com and use the promo code B&B Tavern over there to get free shipping on clothes. And you need to look good while you're rolling some dice. And you need some good-looking dice with your good-looking clothes. So you can head on over to Dark Silver Forge and get some metal dice for not 10 but 15% off if you go to B&B Tavern. Also, on top of that, if you join our streams, we have a weekly giveaway of custom-made dice bags from our sponsor Cognitive Merchant, which I also work for, and you'll be able to see us at convention soon in America, where we'll be selling these beautiful products as well in real life. So that's a fact for you right there.
Awesome.
Segue. So
perfect.
All right. Well, with the history of your character, which is another interesting fact, you have a list of skills in a D&D game. The list of skills is what I ask you to roll. You roll a d20 and you add the skill bonus. With that being said, your skill bonuses are depending on these 6 traits, but we'll get to that in a second. We want to choose what traits you're proficient in. So these skills that you're proficient in are ones with higher dice bonus. So when you roll the d20, you get a higher number to add with those. And the higher the number, the more likely you are able to succeed in that action. So, say for example, if you want to climb a wall, I would say, okay, make me an athletics or acrobatics check. And you would roll, and you would choose the bonus that's bigger of the two, and if you're proficient in one of those two, you're more likely to succeed.
Okay.
So, right now, because of the history of your character, you are very perceptive right now, so you have really good perception, and you are really good at body language, so you can have very good insight. Now you have 2 more skills you can be proficient in. You can be proficient in acrobatics, athletics, history, religion, or stealth.
Well, if he's a shadow monk, I would imagine he would need to be good in stealth.
Yes, absolutely. That's kind of a no-brainer. I'm genuinely proud of you right now, actually.
I'm really trying to get into this here.
Good. You're doing a great job.
Now I'm wondering, would a monk? Yeah, last one here. What were the other ones that I had?
Acrobatics, athletics, history, or religion.
Athletics, history, religion. So we already said he's good at perception, body language. We're adding stealth on there. Let's try athletics.
Okay. That's good. That's definitely a good idea. It would be very embarrassing if you were not good at that and you were a monk that trained all your life in balance.
Right.
The only monk without balance. Now, comes the 6 common things. Your strength, your dex, your constitution, your intelligence, your wisdom, your charisma. Those are some things you may have heard of before in the skill stats wise, and these are the things that basically do all the math for you. So basically your math translates from this depending on what you want. But the way we do this, you don't need any math at all, so we're just going to ask it in sort of a 20 question kind of style thing where we sort of just ask you. So for strength, instead of asking for a number, we'll ask you, do you think your character's physically strong? Like they're able to carry about 50 or 75 pounds?
Yes, I would say they would be able to do that.
Okay. Are they dexterous?
I mean, be it left or right-handed?
They're ambidextrous.
Or ambidextrous, yeah.
Dexterous means quick, nimble, and light.
Right. I would imagine that, yeah, being a monk, they would have to be quick on their feet.
Yes, indeed. Are they intelligent? Meaning,
I would say.
Meaning, when they say intelligent, do they mean like do they know a lot of stuff, like the history of stuff and like what things do?
I would say they're on more of an average intelligence because if he's been in a monastery most of his life training here, he may not have a lot of knowledge on the outside world. So, yeah, I would say more average intelligence.
Okay, fair enough. Do they have good stamina?
Yes.
Okay. Are they wise? Meaning they're very observant.
If we're adept in perception, or yes, they are wise at least.
All right, cool. And are they charismatic in any way?
I would say
charismatic. I'll just say this real quick so you can get an idea in your head. Charismatic is sort of in a way they have a U shape. It's sort of a U-shaped grab. You could be very charismatic as in a charming person, or you could be very charismatic as a brash person.
I would say maybe they're more in the middle. I'd say almost like stoic in a way.
Okay, all right. Well, with that, that's a pretty well balanced character actually. Now the second to last question is do they have a quarter? Do they have like a quarter fighting staff, or do they have a short sword?
Ooh. That's a good question because I'm trying to see. I'm picturing like whenever you ask these questions, I'm imagining like these scenarios in my head.
Just think Assassin's Creed. It's basically.
I'm wondering. You said he had a tail. I wonder, could I use that tail to carry a short sword?
I mean, you do know there's like holders for swords, right? That you put to the side of your side.
I'm just saying, like,
it's not
if I
like
ran into a weird situation.
Oh, you could. You could absolutely.
I think it would be better if I stayed with like a quarterstaff.
Okay. Fair enough. I like that. Go run along walls and push yourself up. Very strong quarterstaff. Now, okay, we got all of this. We have everything handled. But there's one thing left. What is your name?
Oh, we're down to the nitty-gritty.
Yes, the last thing. The thing that makes you the thing that you are.
Do we need just one name, or do you have a first and last name?
First or last name, or first name with a title.
Okay,
like Lucario, the amazing voice actor.
Oh, stop it. Just stop. Okay, here's one name that just came to mind here.
Shoot.
I like the name
Lucario.
Sarah.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking, if he was like looks like a demon, he would have like this interesting name that actually kind of relates to like the seraphim of angels. So have something that kind of like plays off that. So Seraphis. I think that sounds really nice. I almost kind of want to be silly though and just add like a really normal.
Seraphis or Seraphis?
Seraphus. Seraphus.
Okay.
That sound about right?
Yes, that sounds. I was.
This guy out.
No. I was just trying to understand the spelling, but I get it now. So Seraphis sounds really cool. Actually, sounds like a really amazing name.
Okay, but I kind of want to be a bit silly and add like a really normal sounding name at the end of it, like nothing special.
Seraphis Nathan.
Or like Seraphis Smith.
Seraphis Smith. I like that. It kind of rolls off the tongue really well.
It does, doesn't it? Oh yeah. I kind of like that.
I mean, I'm sold, dude.
Okay, works for me.
With that, we have Seraphis Smith made. But here's the question, my friend. What do they sound like? You are a voice actor. This is your character that you can voice to the world and share your tales of adventure.
Okay, oh boy. So if I'm imagining Seraphis to be a little bit more elegant in his talk, being the shadow monk that he is, he would have to have a bit of a lower type of speech that would, whenever he attacks an enemy, to strike a little bit of worry into their eyes just before the strike is made.
Ooh, does he have a cool catchphrase when he kills somebody?
Ooh, catchphrase? oh boy. I'm trying to think of something that would be good. I hate to be holding up the show because I'm not thinking of a good one that's rolling off the mind right now.
It's okay. How about this?
Hit me.
You got slit by Smith.
Time for Smith to smite.
Oh my god. Alright, I dig that. Alright. It's a bit of smiting to do. Smith smite.
That's his signature move, the Smith smite.
The Smith smite. Oh my gosh, it's where he like takes the tail, it's like a little poke of the shoulders on the other side. The tail's just like, huh? So, oh god, it's just like stabbed right in the gut.
So I find it funny that we built up like an almost like really cool, like serious sounding character, and then we have like these funny little attacks at the end.
Well, he's gotta have like some kind of fun.
Oh yeah, it was like, I just imagine him like whenever he gets to do it, he actually even just says it to himself, like he thinks it's really cool. Like,
oh yeah, here comes the superhero thing.
Yes, Smith's right.
That was so cool. I hope somebody saw that. I like that. Well, with that, my good friend, where on the social medias can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter. It actually has my actual name on my Twitter handle, so it's at Kestin Howard, all one word. You can find me on Instagram at Lucarios_claw. And once again, you can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/LucariosClaw as well.
And all this amazing stuff. And you can please follow his Twitter. This man's an amazing voice actor in general. Just like good fellow all around. And just people from Alfmount just tend to be the greatest people I've ever worked with. Just real good dandy stuff right there. Well, if you like dandy stuff, go ahead, please like, comment, and subscribe. It doesn't really matter on YouTube anymore, but we definitely appreciate your support and patronage. If you also feel like supporting us in other ways, you can also find us at our D&D live streams on B&B_Tavern _. Well, it's B&B_Tavern. It's twitch.tv/BNB_Tavern. _tavern. That's the full sentence. There we go. That's the real thing. That's the kicker. That's the one we wanted to say. But with that being said, thank you again also to Kestin for coming on.
And thank you once again for having me, my friend. It was fun.
I had a lot of fun as well, and we're excited to take a little spin on this. Let's get the Offmouth gang together. Let's do a one shot. Let's bring Kiba and Lizzie and Pat and Seb, and let's have a good time.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome.
Awesome. Well, if that's the case, then we're gonna go off and have an awesome time ourselves, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye. He just waved goodbye.
I didn't know if he wanted me to say anything. I was just like, I'm just going along with the motions.
I mean, like, that's, it's true, but, nobody's gonna say that goodbye. But now everybody knows you said goodbye.
I know you.
It's a special goodbye. It's my special goodbye, guys. This is my goodbye from Lucario. You can't have it. Goodbye!
Yes!